born in New York City.
I was born in New York City. We in New York now.
New York.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Leyla STACKED. You already know what you're watching. One-on-one with Leyla STACKED. Tonight, I got the honor to be sitting here with two of the greatest MCs the East Coast ever had to offer. Mr. JERU Davis, aka the Damaja, Mr. Sadat X are in the building.
Yes.
And you know, since it's three of us, it can't be one-on-one, so it's two-on-one.
I know, today is 2-on-1, but the name of the show is 1-on-1. Alright, so how y'all doing? Thanks for joining me.
I'm glad to be here.
Great.
Time.
No problem.
I said y'all from the East Coast, so before we start, is everybody okay over there after Sandy?
Yeah.
Your loved ones?
Yes.
My family is fine, God's family is fine.
That's good. You know, there's a lot of problems out there, but you know, New York is a survival town, so they were surviving.
And that's it.
That's good to hear. So today is the last day of your Lyrical Warface Tour. How has it been so far?
It's been really dope. You know what I mean? All of the shows have been packed. All the cities, they showed us enough love. Doc gets up, does his thing. WAP does his thing. I'm not gonna talk about myself. You know, and it's just been a good vibe. The whole tour's been a good vibe. Marty Mark been holding us down. You know.
Right.
Just been driving to different cities, and like you said, every night we get up there. I come out first and warm it up, and then WAP do his thing. Then we bring out JERU, do his thing, and I come out again. He come out again. So you know, I think it's a good twist for the crowd. You know what I'm saying? It breaks the monotony of it, as opposed to just having me come out and do a whole set, then having him come out and do a whole set. It shows that, you know, we actually know each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not just business, y'all friends.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't be here if we weren't friends.
Basic, right?
Right.
You know, I don't like.
Some people do that though.
I don't really like that though. You can tell the difference in the way the shows go on because it's tension.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With us, there's no tension. Everything is good. It's like we hanging out all day. Everything we doing, whatever we doing, all day. So by the time we get to the show, you know, it's business as usual, but everything is real relaxed. You know.
Right. So we got a lot of young people out there watching us, and they might not all know who y'all are.
Okay.
These two gentlemen right here laid the milestone for all the rappers y'all listening to these days. So maybe y'all could quickly introduce yourselves so they know where y'all coming from.
I'm going to introduce myself first. My name is Sadat X. I'm 1/4 member of the group Brand Nubian, which includes myself, Lord Jamal, Grand Poobah, and DJ Alamo. Like I said, I was brought into the game by Grand Poobah, who was previously out before me, and he brought me and Jamal to the fold. And from there, I've been able to do Brand Nubian. I've been able to branch off and do solo albums with by myself. I've done albums with Lord Jamal. You know, been worldwide. We've been all over the world. You know, always prided myself on coming and doing shows, and actually, as opposed to a lot of other I'm not gonna say newer artists, but some artists that, you know, we like to just do the live show. It's not about rhyming over the words. You know, if I'm gonna rhyme over the words, the people can hear that at home. You know what I mean? So always prided myself on coming, giving a good show, knowing a little bit about the place that I'm going to. A lot of artists come, they don't even know where they're at. Half the time I've seen artists say the wrong city in places, and you know, I pride myself on knowing where I'm coming, getting a little bit of the culture, because this is a worldwide thing, and it's an experience, man, that I treasure forever.
That's right.
And for me, my name is JERU the Damaja, the original Dirty Rotten Scoundrel. Brooklyn, East New York is in the building every day, all day. I started out with Gangstar, the legendary, you know what I mean? Guru saw something in me, and that's the thing about, like, with Doc and myself, others who were on before us saw something in us that they felt like we had what it took to be in it. So Guru put me on, R.I.P., and me and Premier worked on some legendary albums, The Sunrise in the East, The Wrath, The Math. I have 3-4 albums I produced on my own, done on my own. I'm touring. I'm probably one of the most consistent touring MCs in the game. I'm always out. And I pride myself also in being a master of my craft. Like, I'm a chief rocker for real. You know, like, I like to rock the crowd. I like to, when they go home, they be like, yo, that's the illest thing I ever saw in my life. And it's not about having just the hit record. Guys, even artists who are legendary, all that, not know how to rock. You know what I mean? Like rock the crowd. Like me, I know how to rock. When I get on the stage, when I take the microphone, it's my house. Schwarzenegger in them house. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's what's up.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, y'all here for a reason after over 20 years.
Yes.
Definitely. So
See how tuned we are? We even drink at the same time.
There you
Right.
go.
You know, and this is apple juice for the children out there.
yes, I
know.
saw how he put it in the cup. Apple juice.
It's apple juice.
Sugar
Sometimes
free.
the throat gets a little bit dry, and you know you need to keep it lubricated for when you're gonna rock the mic. And like you said about the 20 years, that's a blessing. You know what I mean? Because this brother was cool, come out with hit records, and they shine for a little while and they burn out. They may have a platinum record, double platinum, whatever. But over the course of years, I have platinum records. You know what I mean? Like my records still sell to this day. My first albums, I still get publishing checks. You know, and that's another thing about our generation. We were taught about the game. Like you have to own your own publishing and things of that nature, so that in 20 years you can still have checks. You know.
What advice would you give to up and coming artists?
Well, what I'm gonna say is, to echo on that is, you know, during this tour, we've gone to shows and there's been people that's followed us for 20 years there. But then it's been some young boys there, 16, 17 years old, and I love when that happens too, because even though they don't know me, they can take from my show. And it's been after these shows, some of them come up to me like, look, I really didn't know who you were, but I love the show. When I go home, I'm gonna do the research on you. And like a lot of the older artists, you know, they get mad sometimes. They go to places, oh, they don't know what. You can't get mad at somebody who doesn't know. You can you gotta teach them. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that by, especially I have a new album coming out, and you know, like I said, JERU's always over here. I haven't been here for a while, so it was good that I came with somebody that's been over here a while, who knows different German phrases and things to push the show along. And I feel that I've reached a lot of the younger fans that I might not have reached by myself. You know what I'm saying? I feel that by us being together, I've brought a lot of his fans have come out and embraced me also, man, and some of these young boys, man, and that's what I wanted to do.
And vice versa. Like his fans have embraced me, and what you were saying on what advice would I have for up and coming MCs is something that Doc was saying, is like it's kids who might not know him. If you're gonna be an MC, you should know about MCs. You should study, and I mean, and I'm not even saying you have to go all the way back to Kool Herc and Kool Mo D and all those dudes. It's nice to know, but at least listen to a bunch of different MCs with different styles in order to formulate your own style. Because nowadays a lot of the stuff sounds exactly the same. And where I come from, and in our era, that was called biting. You didn't want to sound like nobody, you didn't want to look like nobody, you didn't want to wear the same clothes somebody had. You know? So that's my advice. My advice is to know what you're getting into and then try to be as unique as possible.
Exactly. And to add on to that, like one thing I wanted to say too, like what's lost with a lot of these kids, like he's saying they come out and they want to stand and say, when we came up, I loved JERU the Damaja, I loved Gangstar, I loved Tribe and those groups, but I didn't want to be those groups because they was already that. You know what I'm saying? I loved JERU for being JERU. So I didn't want it. If I was sounding like him, then you know that was a fabrication. And I'd like tell these kids, like, you can love all the artists that's in your era, but be your own self. You know, that's what made us different. That's why JERU can still go do a show. Sadat can still go do a show, because there's who have you heard that sounds like JERU? Nobody. Who have you heard that sounds like nobody? And that's the key of this longevity in this game.
And that's like my man Google said. It's mostly the voice.
Mostly the voice.
Right,
Something got separated.
It's mostly the voice.
The voice, the flow.
You know, it's like my mother used to always say, it's not so much what you say, it's how you say it. Because it's like when you see two dudes might be wanting to talk to the same girl. Play. And he might have said the exact same thing as the other dude who's getting the play. Because it's not really what he said, it's how he said it. It's how he approached it. And I treat my my mic is like a pretty woman, you know, and I approach her in a certain way that she responds and gives me what I want. And that's what that is. So you have to know how to talk and know how to get your point across in a way that's not like a Ghostface Killer or somebody else. Because I'm sure we say some of the same things in all the years of rap. Of course, we say some of the same things because we're from the same places and we've experienced some of the same experiences, but the way we say it is going to be totally different. And that's what the young MCs should do. They should just try to be different.
That's true. So many of the new artists really try to sound, if it's voice-wise or beat-wise, they always try to sound like, you know,
even if you notice in videos, some of the same movements of the rappers now, like it's a Kanye, Drake, Jay type of movement that, and nothing against those guys, but I see like a lot of the artists and the young boys, they're rhyming, they're moving the same and this, and I'm like,
right. When you saw us, that was the difference. You know, he moves like him, I move like me. Everybody had their own little way to flow. You know, and it's about being unique. You see, we live in an age where it's bad to be different.
Right, because back then when y'all came out and stuff, it was like if you sounded or looked or whatever, did something like
biting, like you said, biting.
Yeah, and today the new generation is like, oh, look at him, he looks like Drake, he sounds like Drake, that's cool. Like they get props for that.
They want to do that. They actually
they want to be like
they're afraid to be left out.
Yep.
They in that culture of, it's a group mentality now, it's a gang mentality where if I can't stand alone on my own as my own individual self, and that's a bad thing. But that comes from the corporatization of hip hop. And now it's being used strictly as a selling tool. So in order to sell 1 million shirts that are exactly the same, I have to have people acting exactly the same.
That's right, but what would you think made the game change so much? Like, because it really totally changed. Like things that are cool now were shame back then. You know?
It was money because
like people throwing up gang signs, even saying like stuff like that. It's cool to go on stage and rap like that and stuff. Like if somebody would have done that like 20 years ago, he would have got shot or something.
A lot of times with the gang thing and stuff like that, like that's, I feel is for people that feel they need to belong to something that's not sure themselves. You know what I mean? Like, well, if you look at the era of MCs that we came out with, you had MCs that was sure of themselves. When you saw Kool G rap on the stage or KRS-One,
Rakim,
it was like seeing like an idol, like a demigod, like wow, like, you know, and that comes also, I think, from back then it wasn't as much internet and stuff like that, and that's been twofold. It's been a great thing, but it's been a bad thing because now it's made people at home create personas in the house. You know what I'm saying? You can
never been nowhere.
Never been nowhere.
and never know. Dudes was talking about their gangs and all that, but just in such a way that you didn't know. PSK. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about his gang. You know, that was his gang. PSK. You know what I mean? That, like a bunch of people, they would say little slick things that it was about their gang, and I'd be saying that, but it wasn't, like he said, so popularized because of the internet, so you didn't know what it is. So you might not have known something a Crip or a Blood was talking about in the record, and he could have been dissing some other gang, he could have been doing anything, but people didn't know. Right. So now it's like you said, if you want to know something, oh, what did he say? I'll Google it. So now you have kids, like I had a kid the other day come up to me, I'm talking, he going, yo, JERU, yo, JERU. I'm like, my man, where I come from, people get punched in the face for that.
Really?
Like, why are you talking to me like that? I know you want my attention and everything, but it's a million other people here. So you're not gonna bark on me and make me like you because you saw it on TV and you think that's gangster. Because people saying what's gangster, where I'm from, when it's gangster, somebody gets shot.
Exactly.
That's when it's gangster. Somebody get hurt. That's gangster. So now,
Yeah, a lot of kids, man, they gotta understand also that everything on the internet is not true either. I mean, because you know, I recently found out, I didn't even notice that you can actually change Wikipedia because somebody had wrote. I didn't know that until I read changed my Wikipedia. I didn't know that.
It gets online and then people check it. Sometimes they delete it again.
I did not know that.
You can put whatever you want.
I changed my birthday and some other facts, and I went back an hour later, it was changed back.
Exactly. I was like, I did not know that.
I'm like, who knows more about me than me? But I guess there's somebody out there. And that's another thing, the internet made everybody experts.
Exactly.
Right. And it makes everybody rappers, CEOs, managers.
And we were saying that as well, is that nobody's just a fan anymore. Everybody is something.
Got an artist.
I got an artist, or I'm singing, or I'm putting down something. I'm a beatbox. A guy came up, I gotta tell a story. When we were in Cologne, a dude comes up to Sadat and be like, I'll battle you for 20 euros. I just heard him say, what? I'm like, what happened? And he told me, and dude was like, I'm like, oh man, how long have you been rapping? What have you ever done to put you in the same line with him? But they watch all that on the internet, those battles. Dudes are not even rapping the beats. Like, to me, I'm from a different era. If you can't rap to a beat, that ain't really rapping.
For non-Europeans out there, 20 euros is like $30 or something.
And I told him straight up, I said, you 3 minutes from getting punched in the face or walk away. Because that's disrespectful. You don't come up to a person who's been in the game for 20 years, so what you kind of give them $1 for every year in the game, you know? So it's crazy. But I mean, so, and that's another thing.
Yeah, he was dead serious.
Just trying to be funny?
He was serious as cancer with AIDS.
He wanted to battle for 20 euros. He wanted to battle. I don't know. See, that's what the computers then made you even feel. You can come up to somebody like that. Like back in Iraq, we never did nothing like that.
You wouldn't say that. You wouldn't go up to Kane and be like, yo, Kane, let's battle. Even if you thought you could beat Kane, you wouldn't do that.
No.
Because you respected him
that much.
I'm speechless. That's crazy. Okay. Role models, like.
Well, I mean, I just, if you gonna follow me for the positivity that I'm putting down. You know, I'm never gonna try to put out negativity to the crowd. You know, I don't want to be a role model in such that I don't want anybody to do something in the name of Sadat X. You understand what I'm saying? If you're gonna do something, do it in your name. Don't do it in my name and then try to put me as the role model. So I was like, well, I was just following. You know what I'm saying? Be your own man. You know, if you want to role model me and follow me, respect me for the rapper that I am. That's what I was saying.
Right.
And as far as I'm concerned, you know, I want to be known for the positive things I do, but I'm a human being at the same time. But I do understand that I have a certain degree of responsibility.
Right.
Like, it's things that I might do off camera and off stage that I'm not gonna tell everybody about, that I don't want people doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I gotta.
It's the yin and the yang. It's a balance to it.
Right. What do y'all think about the current state of hip hop and rap?
Sadat X is here, JERU The Damaja is here. It's great.
That's what it is.
Where I come from, we don't count other people's pockets.
Exactly.
We don't. What you doing is what you doing. I don't really be knowing what's going on. I'm on tour. I'm on the
Do y'all
road.
check on what's new and
I
new
don't.
school artists? Like, do y'all
I
stay
mean,
updated?
every now and then, if I hear something that I feel is good, I'll listen to that. But realistically, to me, man, it's so few originality that I hear, man, that, you know, it closes me off. Where 90% of the music that I listen to outside of what I'm doing or what my brothers is doing is basically soul music, you know, jazz, Mayfield,
things like
stuff
that.
like that.
So no new artists that y'all listen to?
Nah, I don't listen to no new artists. I mean, I'm gonna say it for this because music is relative, and the things that they're talking about, I can't relate to.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I can't relate to. I don't even know. What you're saying.
I can't relate to, like, the music that I make now is basically for people that are paying bills. You know what I'm saying? That have responsibilities. If I can hear some of the young kids doing that, like, my main thing is, if you still, and there's nothing wrong with it, but if you still living with your parents, you know, and rhyming and this and that, then that's for that crowd.
Right. I'm not gonna be, you know. It's like it's just like it's like wow. It's
like I can't relate to that.
It's no, but I'm trying to think because I'm saying it's like I said, I just can't relate. I can't relate to a 17-year-old kid with tight jeans and a pink shirt, and that's not something it's not even gonna catch my attention. Because
there are not just those. I'm not just talking about those young ones like Tiger or whoever. Like there are people that
I don't know what that is, honestly.
Yeah, and I've heard of Tiger, and you know my daughter likes him, but that's in my daughter's genre. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta understand that like rap is still defining itself. Whereas you have classical pieces of music, Mozart, Chopin, 300 years old. Rap, we still making categories.
They trying to call us. They say to us. Either old school or whatever, but that's not what it is. We're classical. Right. They don't say, oh, Beethoven, that's old.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Or Bach, son made that 400 years ago. No, and what we do is classical because what we do stand the test of time. If Beethoven or Bach or any of those guys were alive today, they could still be doing shows, just like us. Some of these guys who are making these records, they have hits now. But where will they be in 5 years?
Right.
10 years,
right.
20 years down the line. So that's what the true test of a dope record is that can it stand the test of time? If we do show and it's 16 to 17-year-olds there, that means we stood the test of time because we reached a whole new generation. People who wasn't even born when we were recording these records. Who are there now, like all I listen to. If JERU the Damaja, brand Nubian. So you know, that's we classic, and that's it.
Young boys is usually when you go to these shows that we visit, the young boys come right to the front, and they just stand there. You know what I'm saying? And they watching and observing, and that's good because at least on our end, I want them to see a real impression where, regardless of what they see in this, they be like, well, these dudes came and gave some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
After that, it's like once you see the best, forget the rest.
So we don't need to expect any collaborations with new artists.
I'm not even saying that. If I find a new artist that I think is dope, but I mean to me, a lot of them. I'm a lyricist. I'm not just a record maker. I'm just anybody can rap.
Right.
My little niece can rap, and she's 8 years old. My sister can rap, probably better than half the MC. I used to battle her when we was kids. Anybody can rap. But are you a lyricist? Are you a wordsmith? Are you putting your thoughts together in such a way that people can actually see them? And then you know there's all different types of rappers. Like we had some guys who are funny rappers, and I can take that. But everybody's too serious, and everybody's a superstar.
Right.
Nobody wants to be anything else, but I'm a superstar. I'm balling. I'm this. I'm that. I got this many hoes. I got.
Nobody ever has a bad day. Everybody's great all the time.
You know what I mean?
Right. I stated that in the interview with Redman too. Cormega posted a tweet a couple of months ago and said to all the new rappers out there, okay, we know you got the baddest hoes and the nicest cars, and you know you drinking and having whatever, gangbangs, whatever, but can you rap?
Now what? Like now what? All right, I heard all of that. So that's only good for one. Right. Say I even wanted to listen to it. That'd be good. That's like watching a show on television that just loop the same part over and over again. You're gonna get tired of it. It's no plot twist. It's no intrigue. It's nothing there. It's nothing different. And that's the problem. I think that you need to be different and come with different styles. And you know, it's just I don't know. So like I said, see, because me, I'm an MC. That's what I am. And I'm not, and another thing is, like, I'm not a rapper. I'm just a dude that know how to rap good. I'm an MC. I live my life like a regular life. I'm not trying to follow nobody's fantasy of what the world should be because they saw it on VH1 or whatever the shows is, Loving Hip Hop, Basketball Wives, this or that. I don't have nothing to do with that. I'm just a dude, I'm living my life and I'm talking about things that's going on in my life. Dudes are not talking about really what's going on in their life, they're talking about what they want to do. And so you're going to be doing that forever?
Exactly.
Right.
You know? We go places with packed out concerts and they never even heard of some of these new rappers. And if they did, they'd be like, boo, shut them down, like ducks.
And half of these new rappers, if they had to come pick up and come to this place today and with these people in here and give a show, they would have no idea how to do it. All right, after you do the record that you got the 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes that go on, how you gonna fill the rest of your time slot? How you gonna connect with the crowd? You understand? That's what it comes down to.
Being real MCs, and that's what it is. We real MCs, and you know, and anybody can take it how they want. Because I'm not disrespecting nobody or saying anybody is less or whatever. Because dudes is probably getting more money than me, whatever. They got more hoes, whatever. You can have everything better than me. More hoes, cars. But I got a million frequent flyer miles.
Exactly.
I can go wherever I want, whenever I want. Nobody tells me what to do or how to do it. I decide I'm my own boss, I'm my own man. And I decide to take my time to learn new things. What happens when the rap thing is over and whatever? What are you gonna do then? There's some guys who are very innovative and smart, and they're gonna parlay that into something else.
Right.
But what are the rest of them gonna do?
Right.
And fame don't last forever.
Exactly.
It's fleeting. So everybody get their 15 minutes.
What you do after that? See, that's the key. Everybody, and now that if you're in this rap thing long enough, you're gonna get a shot at some point. And cool, you get the shot. What you gonna do after that now? How you gonna remain relevant now? That's the key.
It's like when we used to be in the park playing ball, and you want the ball so bad, and then they pass it to you. You gotta do something with it. You just can't stand there like. Once you get the rock, you gotta know you're gonna dribble, you're gonna shoot, you're gonna pass, and that's what brothers don't really know. They get the rock and they go ahead and boom, and they get their little hit song, and they go and they buy a bunch of shit and do all that. But then after that, what are you gonna do?
Any projects coming up?
Well, like Doc was saying,
I got a new album coming out December 4th called Love Hella Right, and you know, a couple of projects down the line. I got a project with Elder Sensei. I got another project with JERU on a couple of these joints, so we can keep the connection going. And just basically, you know, just staying out there, man, keeping my name out, and that's the project, Love Hella Right, December 4th.
Who else will be on the album with you?
I got a couple of people on that album. I got Pharaoh Monch is on the joint, Noriega, AG, you know, and if you know, it's mostly people that's in line with what I do. And I'm happy with it, you know what I'm saying? I feel that it'll come out, and at this point, you know, if it doesn't sell a million records, I don't care, but it's going to reach my fans that I need, and it's going to keep me doing in places like this today, and that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
and people don't realize there are a million Sadat X fans in the world. You know what I mean? The world is like 6 billion people on the planet Earth. So I don't have to do what you're doing in order to have my fan base and keep myself moving. If 100,000 people like my record every year, I'm good. I got paper like paper. You know what I mean? Like, good. I could do, if I did that every year for 10 years, I could not even do it. You know? So that's another thing to think about. And as far as projects coming out, I have 2 projects I'm working on. Right now I have a project I'm working on with a bunch of MCs and producers in Poland. What I did is I got MCs and producers in Poland and MCs and producers from America to get on one record under the umbrella of JERU the Damaja, Hip Hop Global, showing people, because a lot of people don't know. They might see, I saw somewhere where like people be thinking, well, JERU, where's he been? What has he been doing? And I'm working 200 days out of the year. I'm doing concerts for thousands of people. I'm all over the world in exotic locations.
I saw your schedule on your website. Like, you've really been on tour the whole year.
I'm in exotic locations. You know what I'm saying? Sipping on nice drinks. You know, having fun. So, and I want to show people that I'll be out in Poland. I might be out in Poland for a month, doing tours all over Poland, recording. Doing that after I leave here, I'm gonna go to Berlin and record. Like, so I wanted to do that project. I got some of the best rappers in Poland for the Polish guys, because I did a record with them. They're called Slums Attack, and it's over 2.5 million hits on YouTube. And this is a Polish-speaking record. You know what I mean? So I'm going out there, we doing in-stores and like their equivalent of like Media Markt and things like that for 1,000 people. You know, so I was like, you know what, I got an idea, let me put this together. So I got those guys, and then I got guys like OC, Large Professor, my man Juju from the Beat Nuts, my man PF Cutting, want to get that on there, and I'm putting all that together, and it's coming out real ill. Then the next project I got is my project. I'm not talking about it too much because dudes be biting. So I'm gonna just keep that undercover, but those will all be out by the beginning to middle of next year. And the next thing I'm doing is I'm doing photography as well. So like, I've had 2 pieces in 2 galleries in New York City already. I'm getting ready to have my own solo exhibition. I've taken over 30,000 photographs of all types of MCs, entertainers, but not only that, just regular people, just going out my camera because I have these chances to be in these locations where people have not. I don't know too many dudes from Brooklyn or whatever, and they have hit a million records who've been out to St. Petersburg, Russia,
Athens, Greece.
you know what I mean?
Like
or places like Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, places that you wouldn't even know where they were. And we there with thousands of people, and it's going off. So I get to take pictures of those people, those different fans that I see, and I might, or something different. So I'm doing photography as well. So I'm also writing scripts. I'm doing everything. I'm doing anything and everything to stay creative, because that's just the type of human being I am. You know what I mean? It's not about for the money. I like the money, don't get it wrong, but it's not for the money. I do it to be creative, because if I'm not creative, if I'm not traveling, I'm not happy. When I'm home for 2 weeks, those are probably the worst 2 weeks of my life. Like, the first week is cool. The second, I end up online.
Yeah, where can I go?
Booking a ticket to somewhere. Oh, Beat Nuts doing a show in Vancouver. I'm booking a ticket 3 o'clock in the morning, roll out 11 the next day. Because that's, you know, and that's what happens when you travel. You rack up those miles, those frequent flyer miles. You know, get that high status on there. You can just get on planes for free.
Can't
Go
do that
places
stuck on the ground.
straight up and down. You can have the freshest. You can have a Phantom. You can't do that. All you can do is drive around wherever you at. You can drive around all day. You can drive around for 8 hours. I can drive around for 8 hours, be in a whole nother country. So, and that's what it's about for me. I like to embrace different countries, different languages.
Cultures of the places.
That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, if you're gonna be on some level of the hierarchy in life in general, you have to conquer all different kinds of lands. That's what kings did back in the days. If you was a king with only one small piece of land, you was a sucker king.
Yeah, you wasn't
You know what I mean?
expanding. Exactly.
You was a sucker
The
king.
empire wasn't there.
You know what I'm saying? So what we try to do is expand our empire. You know what I'm saying? To the far reaches of the corners of the planet Earth. So wherever you could go, it's somebody somewhere. It's somebody every place on this earth that knows about JERU the Damaja. Everybody can't say that. So that means I have conquered that. So that means now that's part of my empire.
And to keep that for like over 20 years.
No, and not only just to keep it, but to constantly expand it. Because we constantly expanded our territory. You know what I mean? Every king wants to do that. He might be like, all right, boom, I got this country, I got this. Let me see if I can get this one now. You know? Okay, let me see if so you're just gonna keep going, because there's still places that I haven't been. There's many places that I have been. There's many places that I haven't been. So when I get to those places, then I like to always say, I've been to every continent except Antarctica. You know, no matter, I haven't been to every country, but I've been to every continent except Antarctica. So somewhere on every continent, they know, boom, I got a little flag up there.
Flag in the dirt.
You know, and that's what it's about. I'm putting flags up everywhere.
Has there ever been a little second where you guys did regret choosing the MC path?
No, it's never been. I never regretted it. I've been disappointed at the state of it sometimes, but me personally, I've never regretted rap. You know, I've never regretted rap, and I've regretted some. I haven't even. I've been disappointed in rap sometimes, not in my rap, but in the state of it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's something that if you let it fester, will bring you down. You just gotta, in your mind, you just gotta think, well, yo, it's what it is. I know what I do. I know what I bring. I'm gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we here. It's like the modern. We like the modern jazz dudes from back then. You know how they just went around and just kept it moving. That's what I feel like sometimes. You know.
And that's it. It's like even to be clever enough to do that. You know what I mean? Because there's dudes from our era who probably have just as big records, if not bigger records, who can't do that.
They don't know the formula.
And that's it. If you're not a scientist and you don't take time to study and understand how things work, because to know something is one thing. Until you apply it, it's a theory. Until you apply it, it's only a theory. When I theorize, I can do this. Once you do it, then you know how to do it. You can keep doing it over and over again. You can change it up a little bit. It's like when you're cooking. If you have a little recipe, you can do the same thing over and over. Then you might be, oh, I want to add a little bit of this. Oh, that tastes wow. I'm gonna take this out. You know. So and that's what it is with us. We just old generals, and it's no regrets because I'm still here.
Still here.
If it was, I wouldn't be sitting here with you right now.
Of course, but sometimes people, be thinking or having one of those days where they say, oh, I had this dream too. Man, I should have done this too, or maybe I
But you could do it all.
Yeah.
That's the whole science. You could do it all. Why can't you do it all? You know, and I don't regret. See, a lot of people, what their regrets come from is watching other people. I ended up online.
Yeah, where can I go?
Booking a ticket to somewhere. Oh, being us doing a show in Vancouver, I'm booking a ticket 3 o'clock in the morning, roll out 11 the next day. Because that's, and that's what happens when you travel. You rack up those miles, those frequent flyer miles. Get that high status on there. You can just get on planes for free.
Can't go places stuck on the ground. Straight
up and down. You can have the freshest, you can have a Phantom. You can't do that. All you can do is drive around wherever you at. You can drive around all day. You can drive around for 8 hours. I can drive around for 8 hours, be in a whole nother country. So, and that's what it's about for me. I like to embrace different countries, different languages,
cultures of the places.
That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, if you're gonna be on some level of the hierarchy in life in general, you have to conquer all different kinds of lands. That's what kings did back in the day. If you was a king with only one small piece of land, you was a sucker king.
Yeah, you wasn't expanding. Exactly.
You was a sucker king.
Empire wasn't there.
You know what I'm saying? So what we try to do is expand our empire. You know what I'm saying? To the far reaches of the corners of the planet Earth. So wherever you could go, it's somebody somewhere. It's somebody every place on this earth that knows about JERU the Damaja. Everybody can't say that. So that means I have conquered that. So that means now that's part of my empire.
And to keep that for like over 20 years.
And not only just to keep it, but to constantly expand it. Because we constantly expanded our territory. You know what I mean? Every king wants to do that. He might be like, all right, boom, I got this country, I got this. Let me see if I can get this one now. Okay, let me see if so you just gonna keep going because there's still places that I haven't been. There's many places that I have been. There's many places that I haven't been. So when I get to those places, then I like to always say, I've been to every continent except Antarctica. No matter, I haven't been to every country, but I've been to every continent except Antarctica. So somewhere on every continent, they know, boom, I got a little flag up there.
Flag in the dirt.
And that's what it's about. I'm putting flags up everywhere.
Has there ever been a little second where you guys did regret choosing the MC path?
No, it's never been. I never regretted it. I've been disappointed at the state of it sometimes, but me personally, I've never regretted rap. I've never regretted rap, and I've regretted I've been disappointed in rap sometimes, not in my rap, but in the state of it. You know what I'm saying? But that's something that if you let it fester, will bring you down. You just gotta, in your mind, you just gotta think, well, yo, it's what it is. I know what I do. I know what I bring. I'm gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we here. It's like the modern. We like the modern jazz dudes from back then. You know how they just went around and just kept it moving. That's what I feel like sometimes.
And that's it. It's like
even to be clever enough to do that. You know what I mean? Because there's dudes from our era who probably have just as big records, if not bigger records, who can't do that.
They don't know the formula.
And that's it. If you're not a scientist and you don't take time to study and understand how things work, because to know something is one thing. Until you apply it, it's a theory. Until you apply it, it's only a theory. When I theorize, I can do this. Once you do it, then you know how to do it. You can keep doing it over and over again. You can change it up a little bit. It's like when you're cooking. If you have a little recipe, you can do the same thing over and over. Then you might be, oh, I want to add a little bit of this. Oh, that tastes wild. I'm gonna take this out. You know. So and that's what it is with us. We just old generals, and it's no regrets because I'm still here. If it was, I wouldn't be sitting here with you right now.
Of course, but sometimes people, you know, be thinking or having one of those days where they say, oh, I had this dream too. Man, I should have done this too, or maybe I didn't.
But you can do it all.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the whole science. You can do it all. Why can't you do it all? You know, and I don't regret. See, a lot of people, what their regrets come from is watching other people. When I started out, I was young. I made decisions that at this age, I probably wouldn't have made. I've said things that maybe I wouldn't have said because of the knowledge that I have now, right? It's like, they say hindsight is 20/20 vision, right? So as you get older, you get wiser because you've seen more things. You know how to deal with it. So it's no regrets. It's actually a learning lesson.
Yeah.
You know, when Edison was talking about the light bulb, he said he did it 99 times before he came up with what he did. He said, I didn't think of it as 99 failures. I thought of it as 99 ways not to make a light bulb.
Yep, that's me.
And that's it. A fool learns from his own mistake. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others.
Right.
So I've made mistakes that I've learned from, and I've seen mistakes other people learn from, and I hope that I can convey that message to other people. The mistakes that I make, so they can see it, so then they can be like, oh, because you don't gotta tell me. If I see somebody get burnt up with fire, I ain't gonna stick my hand in it.
And I'm gonna go, okay, this is what happened when you do that.
Okay, that was a very, very nice way to end this. I'm so thankful that y'all let me be a little part of your history.
No problem.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We about to go and rock the building here in Münster,
It's
Germany.
going down.
Definitely. Yeah. JERU the Damaja, Sadat X. Thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
It was 2-on-1 with Leyla STACKED.
There you go.
That's how we get it in, because we from the hood.
Yep.
Thanks.
Peace.
Peace.